Welcome back to the Broad Street Benchwarmers podcast. My name is Adam Dent. To my left and right, Eighth Leviditis, Michael Cornwallis. I did that totally backwards. It's all good. We are here with you today because, as always, it is NFL preview time. It's been quite a journey since a year ago. We had a lot of thoughts in that initial discussion a year ago. Some went good, some went bad, and we'll give you now a look at the best.
Defense last year.
Yeah, I like most of their
they
pieces.
will continue to be a solid unit. They did all the right things for that unit, and they added Arik Armstead in the offseason.
That'll be good. Full season of Anthony Richardson, I think, would be a little pale in comparison to Gardner Minshew in a good way. I think he'll probably be the second best quarterback in the division.
Spoiling right now, CJ Stroud is going to win MVP. Like, he's going to throw for 5,000 yards, or here. I've been waiting for this ever since we were up 24-0 against Kansas City in 2019.
Got Jared Judy, which I don't think is that significant, but adding depth to the receiver room, you look deep into that, you add him.
How deep they are, I think this is going to be a top 4 defense in football.
Football could push for top 5. Robert Saleh is also the defensive mastermind. And we saw last year that defense carried them to so many wins. They won 8 games last year.
So, back here, now here for 2025-26. How are we feeling, guys?
Magical.
Great. Yep. So, we're going to do this as we do it every single year. We're going to go over key additions, key departures. We're going to talk about our predictions for record for each team in the division. And then at the very, very end, we are going to give our picks for the big game, for the Super Bowl. So we'll start division by division, just starting with the AFC East. We're all going to list our teams from 1 to 4 and their records, and then we'll dive in a little bit on each team. So that's the drill.
Yep.
Sound good with everybody?
Yep.
Done this too many times. We're locked in. All right. Eighth Leviditis, start us off.
Okay. Buffalo Bills 13-4, New England Patriots 8-9, New York Jets 7-10, Miami Dolphins 6-11.
Wow. Okay. Buffalo Bills 13-4, Miami Dolphins 8-9, New England Patriots 8-9, New York Jets 6-11.
Buffalo Bills 12-5, New England Patriots 10-7, Miami Dolphins 8-9, New York Jets 6-11.
And I read that wrong. I actually had the New York Jets 5 as well. But.
Oh my god.
All right. Let's dive in. We want to start with Buffalo. I think that's kind of the easiest place to start.
Yeah. They're good. Reigning MVP. Did nothing much really changed. Just running back with the same team that made the AFC Championship last year. They'll still be good. Still well coached. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And I think we do have to highlight, though, this is a continuation for them defensively, I would say, of kind of a shift that occurred 2 years ago and just really prioritizing this secondary in a way that they really hadn't in previous drafts, taking away a lot of resources from the weapons that they had offensively, skill position-wise. Think about like Stephon Diggs, and really putting that at the forefront. So you have an addition like Maxwell Hairston, big draft pick. They go out and they invest in the defensive line as well, go and get Joey Bosa. Just little moves around the fringes that signal, hey, we want to continue playing this aggressive press man defense that was really successful during the regular season. And I think it can be successful in the postseason, assuming Christian Benford doesn't magically, get injured again anyway.
First quarter.
Yeah, so I think there's a formula for success in Buffalo. It's obvious they have an identity, and I'm excited to see if they can fulfill their identity.
All agreed.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else to say. They add Josh Palmer and Elijah Moore to the receiver room just in case. Well, they swap that out for Amari Cooper, and then you swap Von Miller for Joey Bosa, which is an upgrade. It's pretty much the same team. They lost the AFC Championship last year. I think they'll definitely have a great regular season, but that's the thing with the Bills and the Ravens. It's always can they win the big one?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. absolutely. So where do we want to go next? Do we want to go Dolphins or Patriots?
Patriots.
New England?
Yep.
This is an exciting team, Des.
They're fun. If they play to their potential, this team is going to be awesome. I mean, Drake May going in year 2. I mean, reports in camp are mixed, but I don't believe in training camp or the preseason, so whatever. The running back punch of Ramondre Stevenson, Trayvon Henderson's awesome. I mean, Trayvon Henderson was my running back, like 2A in the draft this year. I mean, he was amazing. All of pretty much the last 4 years, he's been a 4-year starter at Ohio State. You don't see that very often. I have some questions about the receiver room. Stephon Diggs obviously exists. Jalen Polk really was a non-factor last year until near the end of the year. Keyshawn Boutte randomly had a really good second half of the season last year. We'll see if that can continue. Other than that, I mean, Hunter Henry exists. He's a solid tight end. The O-line is a little bit better than it was last year. I like the Will Campbell draft pick. I think protecting Drake May was the most important part. I like the defense. I like the Harold Landry ad. I like the Milton Williams ad. And I mean, they kind of just kept most of the same. You're going to have a healthy Christian Gonzalez this year. They get Carlton Davis too. I mean, they spent their money finally. We finally felt for the first time since Brady left, they went and spent money in a smart way. And I love Mike Vrabel as well. So I just feel like this is a team that can have a Commanders-like jump in 2025.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to be honest, I don't really even view it as a Commanders-like jump because you think about the injuries that this team sustained over the course of the regular season. Some of the guys that they were playing across that defensive line last season. I mean, some of the names you're thinking about are like Dietrich Wise, Devon Godshaw. I wrote these names down because I'm like, how the hell were these guys playing snaps for New England? Significant snaps last year. Yeah. So, you can talk about your questions about Milton Williams, and I do have mine. And,
especially with the salary.
Yeah, exactly. It's large. Clavon Chisson has had his, ups and downs across his NFL career. Harold Landry was statistically the worst pass rusher in football last year. But these are bodies.
Yeah,
and having bodies is so much more helpful. And
having nobody.
Yeah, exactly. And having structure to this defense. So I think that's going to be important. You get Gonzo and Carlton Davis. That's disgusting pairing. And then like you were saying about this offense, I feel like this is going to be a Mike Vrabel identity offense. And I haven't been the biggest McDaniels guy in the past.
Yeah.
I do believe that this team does fit what he wants to do and his strengths, though, through, their ability to kind of be a run-first, mostly shotgun-based, functional offense. And I think Henderson is going to provide them some explosiveness. And then you have Ramondre kind of as that, Garrett Blunt-esque, beat him down in the trenches. So, and then, of course, I'm very high on Drake May. So I think, all in all, this is a team just with a very high ceiling. I'm not there where I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be a playoff team, and I'm all in. And I know some people who are, but I think it's going to be solid. Do you have them as a playoff team?
They're my 7th seed. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
5 seed. I mean, not really.
Okay.
I kind of gave the spiel. They're good.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of teams in the AFC this year due for regression, especially since they'll be playing significantly worse schedules.
They have
kind of like some of our friends in the AFC West that we're going to get to in a little bit, who I don't think will make the playoffs again this year. I mean, it's just, you got to fill those slots, and the Patriots have a really easy schedule, and they should really take advantage of it.
Third easiest schedule in the league. I feel like that is definitely, that might bump them up like a win or two.
Yeah.
I feel like realistically 7-10 makes sense because like they're a youngish team with a whole new coaching staff, a quarterback in his first full year, an unproven left franchise tackle. Those are all things that usually take at least a year to really, come to fruition. But I'm excited. I don't think I'm particularly high on them for 2025, but from now on, I think they'll be competitive at least.
And I mean, I think it has to be mentioned. I mean, I feel the most optimistic about May than I do any other rookie quarterback. I truly feel that way.
From last year.
Yeah. And period for the future.
Including Jaden Daniels.
Oh no.
I was gonna say that's an interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think
I mean,
there's an
I
argument they're
agree.
on a similar path, though. And I think what he was able to do statistically within that offense pairs up with what Daniels was able to do in its impressiveness. So, he's definitely a franchise quarterback, and I'm excited for that future.
And he only played 13 games, so.
Yeah, exactly. There's room to grow.
Should
So
move
wanna
on to the Dolphins.
dive into Miami.
Yeah, they're not great. This
Here we
O line still sucks.
Yeah.
Their
They-
secondary is probably the worst in football.
They're starting
Right
Storm Duck at quarter.
Yep.
UNC Logan Storm Duck.
It's kind of just hard for me at this point to trust that Tua will stay healthy for the rest of the year or for an entire season, which means Zach Wilson and Quinn Ewers are going to be getting meaningful snaps in the big 2025. And I mean, Devon A-Chain has played one every 4 games in his NFL career, and then you have Jalen Wright, who I haven't seen. He's cool. I haven't seen him actually
Well, it's because
play.
Mostert's on the Raiders now,
Yeah.
so he'll get probably a good amount of carries.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing they have going for them is the whole Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle thing. That'll keep them in games and kind of in the season, but I don't really have much confidence in it. I mean, their starting tight end is Darren Waller, who had 2-year hiatus, right?
Yeah.
It's not great. I mean, the D line's gonna be good. I like Chop Robinson still. I like Bradley Chubb, guys who are competent. Jalen Phillips.
Yep.
But outside of that, this defense is terrible. Except Ed Baker. Baker's also solid. They don't have an identity.
No.
Except for the whole 8-yard pass and run and pray if Tua can not concuss himself and run his head into other defenders' heads, but that's about how it's gonna go.
So I go back and forth here, and I have them winning 8 games. It's not that's obviously still significant
I do too.
progression from I think for me the reason why I'm not willing to commit to a total
Disaster.
disintegrating into is because when you look at this team specifically in the trenches, which is a place where they've struggled most over the past 2 years,
It is interesting.
they are better
Yeah.
than they have been in the past. I like Jonas Savania. I don't know if I said that right, but I think
That's fine.
it's not
Yeah.
good enough.
We'll live with it.
Yep.
I got James
James
Daniels.
Daniels.
That's a competent guy.
They draft Kenneth Grant.
And they have Zach Seiler.
They
who's
have
really
Zach.
good.
He's really good. These are hypothetically pieces that, if they're healthy, that's going to be able to lead this team to a different brand of football than the brand which I think has haunted them in January. And I think that's something that you listen to McDaniel talk. That's something that they're trying to explore over this offseason. They're trying to become a more physical football team, even if that's not how they're built. I don't know if that can happen until a certain man who wears number 10, who's very fast, is gone. And I think, you look at that contract, you look how he's declined.
untradeable.
It's untradeable. He's declined every single year of his career. He's the best player on this team, but man, playing
He's one
to
of
his
these,
style. I don't think he does.
He
but
wants to retire in there.
yeah, I think playing to his style has inevitably dragged this team down. So I wouldn't be surprised if next offseason this is, something to move on from. And then I think you have to dive into this Jalen Ramsey trade, because I think he was another piece that was kind of hampering. You think about the Vic Fangio departure a couple off seasons ago. That basically stems from Ramsey, because he doesn't want to play this communicative zone scheme that Vic Fangio plays as cover 4. He wants to be on his own island and be Jalen Ramsey, and he's just physically not able to do that anymore. So they deal him, and yes, the secondary is going to be worse. I'm not a Minka Fitzpatrick guy. I think he has physically declined significantly over the course of the past couple of years, but you are removing essentially a style of defense that I think did hurt you completely. And I like their defensive coordinator, whose name I am totally forgetting now. I like Anthony Weaver. I think he did some cool things last year. And
Their defense
so-
actually wasn't bad.
No, it was
I think,
middle of the pack.
Yeah, no, they were 4th in yards, 10th in points.
Really?
Which is shocking.
Huh.
Feel like those numbers aren't right.
No, I do too. So I feel there is a scenario where this is still a playoff team, and I don't feel like the ground is falling out yet, but it does feel like the ground is falling out, right?
Yeah.
Because this is another year of purgatory, and that in of itself is a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of hit on the remaining things I had to say.
I feel like I'm a little bit more doom and gloom than either of you. I have 6-11, but
There are just so many like coin flip games on
yeah.
that schedule.
What brings you specifically to to the ground falling out?
I mean, it is the secondary. It definitely is the injuries with the defensive line, like
Yeah.
routinely with Phillips
That's
and
true.
Chubb.
Yeah.
Like they're the two most injury prone at their position.
Yeah.
When they're healthy, they're great. But
Yeah, when they're healthy,
Yeah.
If they're healthy, they'll probably win 8-9 games.
Yeah.
but you just can't see
Yeah,
that.
Can't
I
rely.
can't trust that, and
I feel like
they're counting on a lot of very young offensive linemen after Toronto Armstead retires.
Yeah.
Like
Jonah,
you got Jonah, you got Patrick Paul,
Austin Jackson.
Austin Jackson was a
Aaron
first round pick. Yeah, it's like
I feel like at this point we say things like, "Oh, he was a first," like he just sucks.
Austin Jackson was a first round.
Yeah.
He was objectively a first round pick.
Yeah.
It was like a tweet the other day. It was like former first round pick Andre Dillard out for the year, and I was like, "He's got to stop." Like, former first round picks means you suck. So
No, but I get what you're saying. I get where that risk can factor in. I feel like on paper it's really hard for me to just like throw them out, especially in September. I mean, you look at their September and October, and it's easy.
yeah.
Like you know,
It's just
so
gonna be another collapse.
yeah.
Rogers just playing games at this point. Yeah, it's gonna happen again.
Alright.
All right.
Jets.
Should we
New York?
wipe the floor quickly with this one? 'Cause
Are we wiping the floor? I
think the
like
Jets
this team.
are
in a
You
way.
have to win 5
I
games.
do, but I think they win a spunky 5 games. If that's the thing.
An inspiring 5
Yes.
games.
Like a lot of games just get like bad turnover.
Yes.
Or like
Yes.
a 2022 Dan Campbell sort of 5
Yeah.
games.
This is more a comment on the division I feel they're in
Yeah.
than it is on this New York Jets team themselves. You
Yeah.
throw them in the NFC South, I think that team could finish second, hypothetically.
Yeah, they could win like 8
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
Maybe.
The defense is fun.
It's good.
They are. They're interesting in the secondary. I
Yeah.
really wish they did not let DJ Reed walk.
I agree.
But you had
Yeah.
to pick between Sauce and DJ Reed, and it was
And you're taking Sauce.
Did you though?
I
Yes.
think you did. Salary cap
Because
wise,
they had to pay him and Garrett Wilson the same.
and
Yes.
they had to give allegedly Fields $20 million.
But exactly, and you're thinking about. I think when you're thinking about them, they have so much cap space. They're thinking about we got to sign Jermaine Johnson long term. Do we really have to do that?
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Do we have to sign Will McDonald long term? I don't think
Probably
so. So I do we really? I love Jamie and Sherwood. I think he's one of the most underrated
Players.
linebackers in football. DJ Reed is really good at football.
yeah,
So, and I think that's the other thing is he really fits that Aaron Glenn mold, which I think is going to be so successful. Hopefully, is that tough. Cover 1, cover 0. They were second, the Detroit Lions, in man coverage rate in football with the corners that they had over the second half of the season.
Which was crazy.
Which were just
they're
bodies.
getting Jamal Adams off the street.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And so I expected to play a similar style here, and yeah, I mean, whoever Sauce is shadowing, that's fantastic. Maybe this defensive line can create something in pass protection, pass rush, but it's difficult to see a scenario where they're good against the run, in my opinion. It's difficult to see a scenario in which, whoever's on whatever it is, the right or the left side, is successful. So, yeah.
the offense is the big variable.
Yeah.
Like I told you I don't believe in the camp reports and whatever, but Justin Fields looks really bad, and it's not encouraging.
I don't know. It was a very much he is the stopgap quarterback right now for them.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is
they're paying $20 million.
it's $20 million for 2 years. It's fine.
He deserved the shot. He deserved one more shot.
Yeah, that is the going rate for a middle tier starter,
Yeah.
and he's young. He's young enough, I guess, so that they're not giving him Tyrod Taylor money. He's better than Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a long discussion about this about 5 weeks into the Steelers season, right?
Yeah.
And what we were talking about was it really looked like Fields had evolved in kind of his skittishness in the pocket. Within this Arthur Smith offense, he wasn't running around in circles and, you know, turning the ball over in wacky, goofy ways. He fit. But with that went some of the explosiveness and the variability, which made him so much fun earlier in his career and made him this great upside scrambler and made you able to get these giant explosive plays. He became really boring, which is not Justin Fields at all. And so you listen to Tanner.
But that's like a
Engstrom
reach.
talk.
You're just like, it's boring. But like, if it means you're playing better football, then like
It was
Yeah.
better
It was,
football,
like,
but it was
marginally.
marginally better
Yeah.
football.
But like with the guy that we kept saying, he's not improving. He's not like he improved,
It is
and we're like,
improvement.
but he's boring.
Yeah,
now.
well,
we have to take what we
But
can
it's
get.
improvement.
Because
but,
we lost. Yes, he's not the guy that's
Yeah.
going to run for 1,000 yards. He's also not the guy that's going to throw 15 interceptions and
Yeah.
essentially throw the ball like into triple
Yeah.
coverage. Like he's got significantly.
Yeah.
He did what he needed to do,
Yeah.
and with the sacrifice of the rushing, it needed to happen.
But this is the conversation I think we have is that, and I think that's the conversation you listen to Tanner Engstrom and that we're having. He needs to be proficient at playing to his strengths. In Pittsburgh, he became more proficient, but not at his strengths.
Yeah.
He, became more proficient at becoming, this Aaron Rodgers-esque, right? I'm going to throw the deep ball outside the numbers. I'm scared if the middle linebacker touches me with his pinky.
Yeah.
But Justin Fields needs to be able to be proficient in those things, but also proficient in, hey, I'm going to scramble 5 yards out the pocket and make this ridiculous throw on the run and not have it be picked off and going the other way.
Yeah.
So when you can find a balance with that, that's perfect. However, Tanner Engstrom, where did Tanner Engstrom come from? He comes from
Detroit.
Jared Goff.
Like one of the last statue quarterbacks.
Exactly. So, and a team
little
that
scary.
runs so much play action, which completely takes out the Justin Fields shotgun, RPO, like all this stuff. So I'm a little worried about where he fits in this offense. I'm not sure this is a great idea, but
Yeah,
you know.
I mean, I have a winning 7 game. That's
Yeah.
That's the
reasonable.
best numerical sort of
yeah,
encapsulation of that.
yeah.
And I gotta say, outside of Engstrom, I do like Aaron Glenn as the
I
head
agree.
coach and Steve Wilkes as TC.
Yeah,
I thought he was doing some really cool stuff in San Francisco
Yeah.
2 years ago.
yeah, and it provides a stability, right? I mean, it provides what they had with Salah, which they ended up missing so much when they went with Ulrich, and I mean, I'm sure you could rattle off all the names that served as defensive coordinator by the point he got fired as well, but it's it'll be a more stable unit, that's for sure, and that's important.
The one thing with Salah was that he was the prototypical Mike Vrabel
Yeah,
light.
rah-rah.
Yeah, Mike Vrabel light,
Yeah.
strong, cool guy,
Yeah,
but also very sort of chill with everything
yeah.
deteriorating around him.
Yeah.
And I feel like Aaron Glenn is not gonna really fall
Take
for
that,
that stuff. Yeah.
They're hitting. They're hitting in training camp,
Yeah.
guys. That's where we get excited.
Yeah, it's
I still think
it is the Ben Simmons shooting threes of preseason football.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the grave thinking that firing Salah first at week 4 wasn't the move, but
No, it's not. It's not. I agree.
maybe even firing him at all.
Yeah, it's not. I agree. But there are systemic issues there, and systemic issues which may still turn out. But this is a step in the right direction as an organization.